Welcome to another episode of Middle Ground with JLE, where we treat you like family. That's the theme song, Detroit Love, off my first album, The JLE Experience. I own the music copyright, don't mute nothing. We started a few minutes earlier because we got a great guest for season 13. We have life coach and the Word Embassy Church founding apostle. I'm saying it right, Braine King.
That's right. Yes. It's
Okay.
Braine King. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Good friend over there in the UK. Want to get a little start early for him because it's nighttime over there, so he can catch up on some sleep. A few awesome questions for you. First one being, what led you to this path?
What led to? Sorry.
What led you to this path?
Um, it's a long story, really. I started my Christian journey since I was like in my teens. That was in 1997.
Okay.
That was in my home country, Zimbabwe, where I was born and brought up there. A small town called Marondera. Um, so it just started in a very funny way, if I may put it that way.
Mhm.
Um, we were just like young boys, just hanging out around the streets, but not nothing really serious.
Mhm.
Just being those lazy boys, just hanging around the street and just looking for trouble. Yeah. So I remember there was this local church that just opened a new branch in my local in my street, just
Mhm.
opposite my house, and I was just enjoying the music that they were singing. But although deep down I had this passion for God, but I just wasn't led in a proper way. But I was just like had this passion for God. Then one day we just decided like we were jobless, we didn't have any work, but these people, they were dressed nicely, and we
Mhm.
thought, let's just go there and find out, maybe they might have something for us. So then it was on a Monday night. I remember it was like supposed to be a prayer session, and I just went there. We were four of us, and we went there. They turned a prayer session into a sermon.
Oh.
One of the pastors there just began to preach to us. And then we made a decision that we wanted to follow Christ. But that time it wasn't like informed decision, like everything. It was just like, we just want this,
Uh-huh.
commit so that we can get something to do. And then from there, my journey in Christianity began. So I just became this young person on fire for Jesus.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so few years later, I moved from Zimbabwe to United Kingdom, and I, joined the military, the UK military forces for about, for 5.5 years,
Mhm.
and then I left, and I kind of lost my way for quite some few years from there.
Mhm.
Um, then it was around about 2013 uh, when I was in the pursuit of happiness. I was in South Africa, and um, things didn't go well when I was there. And then I was just walking down the beach, and then this gentleman who was just sitting in his car, he made a mistake to put his Bible on top of his dashboard. And then I just approached him. I never even asked him for permission to get in his car. I just went, opened the door, sat down. I said, "Listen, I'm in a mess. I just need somebody to talk to." Then the first thing that asked me, he said, "Why are you running?" I was like, "I don't understand what you mean." Say, he said, "But God just told me that you are running from your calling. You are supposed to be in the UK right now, and there is a world that is waiting for you, and there's a world that is waiting for your voice. So I don't know how long you want to run, but anything that you try to do right now, it will never work. Go back and recommit yourself to Christ and do the work of God." And when I came back, depressed, lost, confused, and everything. And I remember I started going online, and I was just looking for for platforms where I can reconnect. And there was this lady from America. She was doing this Skype, or Skype meetings and stuff like that. We joined there, and she asked me one day to share the word of God. I shared the word of God, and there was one pastor in Kenya who just said, "You know what? I like the way you just ministered there. Please come and minister in Kenya." And that was my first international
Wow.
um, international journey to go and minister there. So if I was to say that I did this out of my own will or my own desire, I would be lying to myself, because I've been I've been on the run. I've been on the
I
run.
understand, brother. I understand.
Yeah.
I was a
So
pastor. I understand. I hear that phone ringing. Like, just pay attention. You talking like I knew I was getting out while interviewing the pastor, but I don't need all that up there, big man. I know.
exactly, exactly. Yeah. So it was it's an interesting journey. So um okay, then when I finally said yes, but I never wanted to be this kind of like, being an organizational leader and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to be like an itinerary minister, just go around the world and just preach the gospel, and that
Okay.
was it. So I did commit myself under my spiritual father. That was by the direction of God, and I was just there serving as a protocol or security, and I was just there, no pastoral position, nothing, until one day he just called me. He said, "I had a word of the Lord for you." And he just told me, "As of now, consider yourself, you're no longer a member of our church, because God called you to go and start your own ministry."
Wow.
And there is no pastoral training, there's nothing. It was just like, boom, go now. Yeah. And I remember discussing that with my wife, and she was like, where and how are we going to start? I said, "Anyway, we're going to start. We're just going to have to start." And we started meetings in our house. And for about 6 months, we were meeting in our house. And then we got a place at a hotel. We were not quite happy with that. And then we came back into the house another 4 months, until we got the venue that we are using now, that we secured. That was last year in October, sorry, in March last year. So ever since, we just been on this journey, and we just pushing. So our ministry was launched in July 2021. That's when we launched our ministry, and we are
Okay.
still going to this day.
Wow. Now, why the name, the word Embassy Church?
So why the name, the word Embassy Church, is because we are people of the word, and I'm reminded in the book of I can't remember whether it's Second or First Corinthians, that says we are the ambassadors of Christ. We are the ambassadors of Christ, and but there's well, for every country they have what we call the embassy, the United States embassy,
Yeah.
British embassy, and stuff like that. So we belong to the kingdom of heaven, and we are here on earth. We are the representatives and the ambassadors of God's kingdom here on earth. So we needed the house that is called the embassy. But
Right.
because we carry the message, the Bible says that we were given the message, or the word of reconciliation. We are given the word of reconciliation. So the word of reconciliation, this word needed an embassy where people come and receive the good news of Christ, information about the kingdom that we represent, which is the kingdom of heaven. So the word embassy church was given, and it's also part of the lineage, because my spiritual father, it's Christ Embassy Church. That is Pastor Chris Oyakelema, and my spiritual father is Spirit Embassy. Then okay, we have Christ Embassy, we have Spirit Embassy. There's no word embassy. So the word embassy church just came in. So
Nice.
we just came like, yes. So
Okay.
yeah.
How has your diploma as a life coach help in this
That's
journey?
right. That's right.
How has it helped you in your journey?
Um, I can say that the Lord has been my help, and the Lord has been my strength all the way through. It hasn't been an easy journey. I can say this, to anyone out there that is thinking of going through this same route. It's not for the faint-hearted. I may put it that way. It's not-
Mm-hmm.
and it's not for the faint-hearted. Number one. Number two, it's not for the people that are looking for quick results. And number three, it's not for the people that just want to come, casually and just see, because it's one thing to have the message and preach it, and it's another thing to have the message and being able to be a leader that God wants you to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because we begin to meet all different kind of people that are coming, people that come and go, people that come and cause trouble, people that come abuse and misuse you, they go, and all that kind of stuff. But you still need to have the heart where you continue to love everyone that God leads your path. So it has been a
That's tough.
very
Say you want to do WrestleMania on somebody, get too wild.
that's right. Yeah. So it's a very interesting journey for me. I think it's a very interesting journey, but you know um it's just a calling. I believe it's just a calling, because once you start walking in that journey, there's um there's no two ways about it. The Bible says, if a man puts a plow on the ground and look back, they are not fit for purpose. So I cannot think of looking back or looking somewhere else. I'm now on this journey, and I'm going wherever God takes me. I'm ready to go.
Okay, I feel that.
Yes, sir.
Now, for anybody watching, maybe some of the people in the UK, what are some of the things your church offers to help the community that they might need help with?
Um, so we offer a variety of things, because we have a business that is like a recruiting business um, for the healthcare, and we also have training organization that helps people. So we're not just going to be like a church that is just waiting to give people handouts. We are a church that helps people to pick them up from the ground, so that they can, go back on the streets and, look after themselves. Because I believe that if you give a person bread today, they'll come back for more tomorrow. But if you give somebody a skill today, then they can feed themselves. So that's what I believe. And we also have a charity organization called BK Foundation, which is Braine King Foundation, that is helping the orphans and the widows down in Africa. That's what we've been doing for quite some time, but until we run short of resources. So at the moment, we're not really like actively doing anything at the moment because of the resources. But at the same time, that passion is still there, and we're still ready to help as many people as we can. But at the moment, within our organization here in the UK, we are just offering people skills, training, interview techniques, job search, etc., just to get people to get back to work, sustain themselves, feed them, for their families, etc.
That's awesome, brother. Awesome stuff.
Yes, sir.
Now, how you thought about writing a book?
Yes, I've got one book already that is out. It's called Kingdom Fatherhood and Sonship.
Kingdom
Is there on
Fatherhood.
Yes, Kingdom Fatherhood and Sonship. It's there on Amazon. But yes, I still believe that God is. I have one more message which I need to share in a book. I still have it in my notes. I haven't,
Okay.
executed yet.
As an author, I get that spidey sense like, put this question down. He might be an author. Now I'm gonna ask him on camera, but when I was writing the question, like, ask me an author. Like, spidey sense tinkling. Don't be wrong. It do not be wrong.
That's it.
I release my
That's it.
recent book. It just don't be wrong.
That's right. That's
All right.
right.
Now we reached the point of the show where whatever you want to let people know about, you got coming up. Floor is yours.
Okay. So should I just share something or what?
Yeah, whatever you got coming up, let them know.
Okay. So first of all, we have well, what is coming up at the moment is we have an all-night event that is going on the 27th of September. 27th of September, which we're just going to just meet and pray as a church. We're going to be starting so it's going to be like something that we have to do every month, and last Friday of the month we're just going to be doing that. And we are also planning to put some leadership classes that we're going to be running in the next few months. We're still putting all the resources and the contents together, so that is something that we're going to be doing, and it's going to be online. Information will be given, and I believe, if you don't mind, we can share with you as well, so that for the people that are listening and the people that are watching that may be interested in that, we can facilitate that. Is completely free. The only people that the only thing that people need to do is just maybe donate towards the running cost of of the courses and stuff like that, because we're going to be hiring some people from different places. Maybe they just need to to give them something, just to keep them refreshed and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we just want to equip as many people as we can around the world, to raise kingdom leadership, that kingdom driven. Because I believe that in these days, what is lacking? Yes, we have managers, we have presidents, we have prime ministers, we have politicians, but the nations and the world is where is lacking leadership.
Yeah.
Is lacking leadership. So when we have leaders that are driven and leaders that are going somewhere, remember, Jesus said, "Follow me." So that means Jesus was on his way somewhere where he needed people to follow him, so that in the process, he will make them. So, what we are saying is to anyone that is interested to follow our ministry, now to follow our vision, is it begins from following, and then we make them. So I believe there is a leader in every human being. There's a leader in everyone that is born from the day that I'm born, and to this day, and even until I depart from I'm still a leader. I begin to lead myself. I begin to lead my family. I begin to lead in different areas. Now I'm leading on organizations. So it has to start from somewhere. It has to start from somewhere, but it has to come from a point where somebody not realize that yes, I am a leader, and I'm born to be a leader, and I have people to lead somewhere. So that's when I can set my journey for other people to follow.
Okay. Are you on
Yeah,
social media? They want to
I
follow
am
you.
on social. I am on social media. I am on LinkedIn.
Okay.
That's Braine King. I'm on Instagram, Braine King again. Here on Facebook is Braine King, and yeah, I think that's my main platforms at the moment. Twitter, I've not really quite understand it, so I've not been on Twitter.
I'm gonna get this out the mud, man.
Yeah, yeah, because I think Twitter is too busy for me.
One third mom, Dr. Lisa H. Fuller told me about you. Like, okay. Like, do
That's
you
right.
interview preachers and people? I interview everybody. Because everybody's journey is someone that posed to do that need to hear what that journey is like.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put this up here so they can find you. Then I'm gonna start following you myself. I know you're on Facebook, Instagram. Now, what was your family response to you taking this path?
They've been all right so far. I live here with my wife and my daughter and my son, but my son is much older now. He's living on his own somewhere. But they've been very supportive. And the support that they've been giving me is quite tremendous because if they haven't been supporting me, I think I would have dropped this a long time ago. The support that they've given me, I've been,
Oh yeah,
it's been quite good and interesting. Yeah.
When you get baptized and reborn again, it's awesome for a minute, and then like Satan sit back like, oh, we got a live one here. I love asking the honeymoon moment. Let them chill. Now he used to love them thick women and weed and that drink. I'm giving him about a month. Let me see. He knows somebody. Yeah, he like her. Let me have her go reach out to him. Let's see how convicted he really is. Then the test come like, ooh, I got back away. He's taking his word because I'm fall tonight. But it's amazing that you took that call because some people don't. I mean, it's one where I ain't doing it. Go left, there's Jesus. I did my part.
Well, you're already doing something right now. You're already doing something.
I just realized that last year, like God got me. I ain't realized this thing is ministry. That old rascal right there, he finally got it.
You know what I've noticed about ministry or people that have walked into their calling. I haven't seen anyone that went to approach God and say, "Here I am, send me." It has always been God approaching people, and from that place where God calls somebody and say, for example, Samuel. When Samuel was called by God 3 times, he was confused of who is talking to him. So that's why sometimes we find ourselves following different paths in life. Sometimes we think, oh, maybe God is calling me into starting a charity organization, or maybe God is calling me into starting a youth movement, or maybe God is calling me into entrepreneurship, or maybe God is calling me into this, and we think that we're already. And some people they've gone as far as becoming world pop stars and stuff like that. But they think that they're walking into their calling because they're confused of the voice that is calling them. Until Samuel, when he was trained, this is where the leadership training comes to. When he was trained how to respond to the voice of God, and the response of that the voice of God when he called the 3rd time, Samuel said, "Here I am." In other words, I am available to be used by God. I'm available. Anything that you tell me to do, here I am. Speak, Lord. This is when God began to speak about his purpose concerning Samuel's life. So, and I've not even come across anyone that was like being told by God, now this is it, now you're going. But most of them, they had life going on. Some of them, they had to leave behind the things that they used, their daily life and stuff like that. They had to leave it behind. So I believe that there's got to be someone, there's got to be a Moses somewhere. There's got to be a Joshua somewhere. There's got to be a Gideon somewhere. There's got to be Elisha somewhere. They've got to be Elijah somewhere. They've got to be Ezekiel, Jeremiah, and all these prophets. They've got to be one person who says to God, I am available, please use me. So I believe that I am in that dispensation where God just came in my season, in my time, in my generation, where He just said, Brian, I'm ready for you. I just need to use you. At one point, I was like, John, I was like, no, you do your thing. You just go. If you want to punish them, just punish them. I'll go and, I'll go somewhere else. On my way to Tashish, this storm hit me really bad, and I came back, and now I'm just doing, just busy doing what I've been told to do. So, um, it's a very painful journey. If I may be honest, it's a very painful journey, but
Mhm.
it takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of um, it takes a lot of um, I believe it takes a lot of you.
Yeah,
You've got to strip yourself down, come out of that shell that is called you, and just say to God, I am now available. Just whatever you can find in me that you can use, just use it for your glory.
yeah. 'Cause, yeah, I can be honest. The thing that had me not trying to be bothered because I already know the work and shoulders that's put upon you for that to help those multitudes that you're supposed to help.
Yes,
Because you
sir.
can be held accountable if you bull jiving.
That's it.
You don't want to get slapped by God when I'm like, man, I told you take care of them 300 million people, and you said half of them this way because you was playing, then they got right. But I'm gonna slap you because I told you exactly what to do. But you like, I heard y'all. Oh, man, you gotta
That's
be
right.
serious. You gotta take it with the respect that it deserves because you never know what someone's thought process is between heaven and hell. They might be, man, I might go jump off a bridge today, and the way you need to be, you ain't perfect, but try to be in the Christ like best you can. Might be that day they come across you like, oh, so this God thing is real. I ain't gonna jump off the bridge. Oh, tell me more. And you'll never
That's
know
right.
that's what they was about to do. But
That's
you were
right.
there because you were obedient, and now they on the right path to what they should be doing.
That's right. That's right.
I get that. That's a lot of work, man.
That's right.
But
Yes.
I'm ready. I'm ready to. I'm doing some of it now, so I'm not too far away from. I'm gonna keep running now. I'd rather be doing what I was created to do, so I could be relaxed.
So
God
I
knows what I
mean,
need to do and all that, so it's better just go ahead and do it.
that's right. And this is also for anybody out there that is watching and that is listening right now. Maybe you have not come to that point of decision, or you have not decided this is what you want to do. Maybe it's because of the fear of the unknown, the fear of what if, the fear of what's going to happen. Maybe it's out of self condemnation, where we condemn ourselves and think that we are not qualified and we're not good enough to be used by God. I've done so much that God cannot look at me and see me standing on that podium. I've done so much that God cannot see me sitting there, telling somebody that the love of God is so evident. I cannot be there and, be in the public eye and telling the world that God can change anybody. We have looked at ourselves and think, you know what? Nah, this cannot be me. But let me tell somebody that I've done the worst that anyone can talk about, anyone can think about. And but one day I had to build that courage, as it says in the book of Joshua. It says, be courageous. In other words, that means that you are going to face oppositions. In other words, people that are going to come and judge you. In other words, it means that people that are going to come and look at you and says, there's no way God can use a person like you. And those people. But God said to Gideon, just be strong and be courageous. Don't look back. And the Bible says that if anyone stand before you, so that means God is already backing us up. He has given us everything that we need for us to stand strong. He has given us everything that we need to be bold enough and to declare this word in the midst of oppositions, in the midst of criticisms, in the midst of those who are sitting on the judgment seat, ready to judge us, in the midst of those advocates and lawyers and judges and all the people that are sitting there and ready to prosecute us. But at the same time, be courageous, be strong, be ready, and just move on. They just move on. The baton has been passed on with those ones that have gone ahead of us. The baton has been passed on that it has been passed on. There are people that have been in this same position that we are in right now. They've been in the same situation that we are in right now. Some of them they didn't even want to hear anything about God. Some they even had their own gods they were worshiping before. Some of them they even had their own life, businesses, careers, and everything they were following before. But until the call of God says, now you're gonna have to drop this because I have a mandate for you. I have a commission for you. I need to commission you so that you can go and do the work of that. Even Apostle Paul, the man that wrote a third of the book of New Testament, and he was on his way to Damascus. He had his own mind, but until the mind of Christ, was appeared to him. The mind of Christ appeared to him in his glory and says, why are you persecuting me? I am Christ, the one who persecute you, whom you persecute. Now I have a commission for you. I am ready to use you. So we might have a mind of our own, the journey of our own, the life of our own. But when the call of God comes, just be ready to say, I am ready. Be ready to say that I am available. This is where here I am comes to.
The word right there, brother. We do church and word middle ground. We do it.
That's right.
What has been your biggest challenge on your journey?
The biggest challenge is number one, having people that will believe in your vision and who are ready to work with you. And it comes from a lot of it comes from every angle. From your family members. Some people they might think because they've known you for too long, they've seen you growing up and all that. So for them to believe that truly God can change a person like you and give them a microphone to preach or give them a crowd to minister to, never. And they will not want to be part of that journey. And having to use your own resources and like now we have a church, we have a ministry, that means our budget is meeting two homes, the house of God and my own personal house. So we have two budgets in a month. So we just know that when whatever we make, one is going to the church and another one is. So all these challenges and those challenges where you think this is not going anywhere, where it's declining in growth. This is not going anywhere. Nobody believes in me. Nobody's going to sit in a church where there's only 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. Nobody's going to do this. It's also a challenge even to believe in yourself that God really called you. It's a big challenge. Until now, you begin to see the results manifesting. Until you see maybe 1 or 2 more people comes, God send one family there, another family there. Then it'll be like, oh, okay. Or maybe another person comes and give $20 and say, oh, please just help yourself in your ministry there. Just buy some lighting and stuff. That, this is when now we begin to build the confidence to say, truly, I think, something is happening. We are being noticed. So it's quite a challenge as well.
Yeah. In your words, what has been the impact your impact in the community?
That's right.
What has been your impact in your community?
The main one, I would say, the employment.
Okay.
The employment, where you meet people, no jobs, You support them until they get into work, because we also have to put that word into practice. It's not just a Christianity where we just bring people in the house of God and say, okay, now you've been saved, look after yourself.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's also part of that is also to help people to build their faith,
Mm.
because when we do that, maybe they came from the world of substance abuse, drugs, and alcohol and stuff. We help them to clean up from that. And then we sit them down. We say, no, you can actually write a CV by yourself. You can actually search a job by yourself. You can actually do this training, and you can acquire a certificate that can land you a job. It doesn't matter how great that job is, but something that gives them, and you watch them coming to you to celebrate God and say, now I've received my first salary. It encourages them, because from that point, they would say, you know what? I mean, if this God can change somebody like me who used to beg on the street to earning a first salary, it just helped, it just built them their
That's
faith.
awesome.
So that has been like a huge impact in our community. There's a lot of people that we've helped, and some people that are coming from different countries. They're coming here, no experience whatsoever. They don't know anybody. They find us, we become family. We help them up until they're settled, and then they're just growing within the family. And yeah, it's been a great journey.
That's amazing, brother. Now,
Yes.
time for the Yoda game. Make sure you relax, comfortable to get the best advice possible. What advice do you have for someone trying to find their purpose?
Um, the advice that I can give to somebody who is trying to find their purpose is find somewhere where you can contribute, whether it is by a skill, because people, they still believe that anytime when it comes to contributions, it's just about donations, money, and all that kind of stuff. You can contribute your time, you can contribute your services, you can contribute your skill, you can contribute your knowledge, you can contribute on that. As I mentioned before, that
Mm-hmm.
I used to serve in security. I was serving under my spiritual father. I was a security. I was his driver. So within that, I was there when God is speaking about the church and the membership. Obviously, my name was mentioned to the point where it was mentioned that this one is ready to go and start his own ministry. And it's not something that I went and searched for myself and did, like, God, please show me. But I just positioned myself in a place where I was serving. And as I was serving, God discovered me. Remember, Gideon was found threshing wheat. Moses was found attending to the flocks. And Elisha was found plowing in the field. So you've got to be someone who is available and somebody who is active
Mm-hmm.
for God to actually pick you. And once you discover that purpose, find mentorship. Find mentorship. Let somebody mentor you. Let somebody have that accountability where you know that at least if I'm doing what I'm doing, somebody is going to come and say, well done, or you need to improve.
Mm-hmm.
You will never say that you have arrived in this life, because that's what kills a lot of leaders or great leaders. That sense of arrival, where you think that you have arrived just because maybe you gathered 1,000 people in one event, or you gathered 10,000 people in one event. You have not arrived. You still have another 100,000 to meet. You still have another 1 million to meet. The world has more than 7 billion people in it. So 1,000 is not even enough. 10,000 is not even enough. Always have the mindset of growth and the mindset of excellence.
Yeah. That's some great stuff, man. This your first time being interviewed?
It is, yes.
Okay. Well, how did you feel comfortable?
Apart from job interviews, yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you're going to do many more. You're always welcome back. Anything I can help you, let me know.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
This journey / Bible study gonna help somebody because God created a lot of people with a lot of talents that the world still ain't seen.
That's right.
Or seen in the church to help out. Because whatever the situation got them, like, I ain't mess with that, man. I'm just too broken. And I ain't into that compared to, no, God wax on, wax off like Karate Kid. If you left. But you gotta let him. And he'll do that for you. So I definitely appreciate you and her saying, hey, I got a cat over here in UK. All right, come on over. There's no problem. You got a lot of people interviews in the UK. You gotta go visit.
Is this your first interview outside America? Or?
I had the most I've been in America is Canada because it's like right next to Michigan.
Yeah, that's
right.
I
didn't want to come out that way because I've interviewed a few people over there.
Okay.
I appreciate that time difference is woo. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
So I just want to thank and appreciate United Kingdom military veteran, life coach, and the Word Embassy Church founding apostle, Braine King, for sharing his journey. And sermon, little Bible study for him Friday was good for you. And those late over there with him, want to get him in, do his thing, try to get him out so he gets some rest because the soldiers for the Lord is always busy. Always busy.
That's right. Thank you so much. So we had just come back from another night service, Friday night service. We had just come back. I was just relaxed there. So, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me on your platform. Thank you so much.
And it's late over there too. You show love. Hey, respect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So go and get you some rest, brother. I'm gonna get all this fixed up and I'm gonna tag you in it. I'm gonna follow you on other stuff as well. Let people know about you. Which number good thing for you, man.
That's right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You too. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.
And you too. Thank you. Bless you.
Right.